change India is to see that there's overall development, and that development is across all geographies and all strata of the population. So any big change to take place, whether it is in a country, whether it is in a company, whether it's in a small group, it always depends on leadership. And therefore it's very important that we have good, committed leaders who understand what the issues of the country are and act towards that. As leaders in India Inc., it is also the responsibility of all of us to see how there is a whole vision which the Prime Minister has set for the country, and we need to work towards realizing that vision. There is a threat in the sense that a disruption is taking place in the whole economy. Disruption because of technology. So all the progress that you are seeing on the one hand because of digital, because of the whole impact of mobile telephony, is going to change the way many of the industries are working. It is happening all over the world, it's happening in India, and therefore recognizing what the changes are and how they will impact each one of our industries, I think is a threat that we have to be very cognizant of. So some of the changes that we're talking about, let's say the whole change in technology and digitization is actually a big change that's taking place across the world. You see the success of Uber, you see the success of Airbnb. This has meant that the existing industries which were going on for several decades are being disrupted. I can see that in the financial services sector. The importance now of opening bank branches and all is no longer there, and there are so many other changes that are taking place. The second thing is on capacity building, as you said. I see that one of the biggest challenges of India is going to be how we can give employment to the large number of people that are coming in, and to give them relevant skills, to build relevant capacity in them so that the new jobs in New India they can be appropriately skilled for. I think that is a challenge which we have to see. The third is that over time I see that there's going to be a lot of protectionism that's coming about. Countries which were spearheading open borders and liberalization are now getting more and more protective. So India had actually gained with the liberalization, whether it was in exports, whether it was in the manpower that went to several countries. If there is a restraint in all this, then that is a challenge that we'll have to face as well. So the school of thought, whether a company needs to specialize or diversify, well, I'm in the diversified school because we are in several industries, and I think it is possible for you to be in more than one industry. It's to get the right people to manage each of those industries is more important, and that's what leaders need to do. So what the council, the leadership council, what difference it can make is, first of all, highlight what are the areas. First of all, prioritize that these are the big areas which will move the needle as far as the whole economy and the country has to go forward. And then prioritize them, highlight them, try to find solutions for them, and help in wherever there are policies to be made. Try and influence and put a point of view that this is what needs to be done. And then also start implementing them on the ground. It's not only policy making or advice, but how some of this can be put into action, which is important. So perhaps the most important things that the Leadership Council ought to do is, one is to look at innovation. The second is to see how we can really get jobs and to fill this whole the unemployment, and see that the youth, which is can be a big plus for India. We are a young nation, should be an advantage and not convert into a disadvantage. I think, and the third is that how in rural India, how do we bring it and integrate it more and more in India area so that they become a solid base for the country in the future.